Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Enlight Cooking. So today we will see how to make the Bengali recipe, which is the most popular sweet of Bengal, West Bengal, and which is also the most favorite of many of them. So today I will thought of sharing this recipe, which is a softy, spongy and tasty sweetie recipe. So hope you all guys would like, and also this is the request of one of my subscriber to share the rasgulla recipe. So here I am with the recipe. So hope you all guys would like the recipe, and also if you like my recipe, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and comment down what and all you want to see in the next video. So first let's see what are the ingredients. So here I have taken 1 liter of milk, 500 grams of sugar and lemon juice. So these are the ingredients, and then let's move on with the recipe. So first I am taking a whistle and I am boiling the milk. While you are boiling the milk, remember that the milk should not form the layer of cream at the top of the milk. So I am stirring it in between for that. So this is the reason why I am stirring it in between, so the cream does not form on the upper layer of the milk. After this, what we are going to do is we are going to leave it for a boil. After it gets boiled, we will turn off the flame by leaving for some seconds. That is, as you can see now, the milk has been boiled. After that, I am leaving it for 10 to 15 seconds as it is, and then I will turn off the flame. So after 10 to 15 seconds, leaving simply, now I am turning off the flame. After that, what I am going to do is, now I am going to add the lemon juice, or you can add vinegar instead of that if you don't have lemon juice. So here I have taken the lemon juice, and I am going to add this lemon juice little by little to separate the paneer from the milk. So first I have added 2 spoons of lemon juice, and I am stirring it. By stirring it, the paneer gets separated. So by adding 2 spoons first, little amount of paneer is being separated. So again what we are going to do is, again we are going to repeat the same process. That is, we are going to repeat the process 2 to 3 times till the whole of the paneer is being separated. So again I am adding, now almost 90% paneer is being separated. So after this, at last we will add all the lemon juice which we had in that paneer, so completely the paneer is being separated. So now at last I have added all the lemon juice, and now my paneer is fully separated from the water. Now the paneer is separate and the milk is the water is separate. So now what we are going to strain all the water. So first I am taking a vessel, and upon that I am keeping a strainer, and here I am using a cloth, that is cotton cloth, or you can use kitchen towel if you have. Why I am doing this process is to separate the paneer on the cloth, and the water will be strained into the vessel. So here the water is being strained and the paneer is left on the cloth. So after this, and also guys, remember it is so hot, so be careful while doing this step and all. And now we are going to clean it. We are going to clean the paneer, so that the flavor of lemon juice or vinegar which you used for taking the paneer is removed completely from the paneer, and you don't get the taste. So here I am cleaning it. You have to clean it for 3 to 4 times, so that the flavor of the lemon juice or vinegar is completely removed from the that is paneer. So here I am cleaning it. After cleaning it, what we are going to do is, we are going to strain all the water. Now I have cleaned the paneer, and now I am going to strain the water from the paneer. No more excess water should be left. It should be completely strained. So I am removing all the excess water from it. Now after removing the excess water, still there will be some more water. And also one more thing, you don't throw the water, you can also use this water for making dough and all. Now I am taking again a bowl, the strainer, and I am going to keep a weighted vessel upon the cloth of paneer cloth, so that the excess water which is still left over is being removed. And I have kept that for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes leaving it, I am taking it again, and then now all the excess water which has been in the paneer is being removed. That is, all the excess water is now removed and separated. Now what I am going to do is, now I am crumbling all the paneer. After crumbling it with hands, you have to make a soft dough of the paneer. First crumble it nicely. As you can see guys, no water is left over in the paneer. See guys, no water is left over here. So now I am crumbling it with hands nicely first, so that I could make a perfect dough, that is soft dough for Rasagulla. By crumbling it with hands like this, you can combine all the paneer first to make the soft dough. It will take almost 6 to 7 minutes guys to make a perfect dough. So now as you can see, now all the paneer is being combined into a dough. So now I am adding here corn flour, that is 2 spoons of corn flour, to make it soft and also spongy little bit. So for that we are adding this corn flour. If you don't have corn flour, you can also use milk powder or else maida. This two flour you can use if you don't have that corn flour. So now our dough is perfectly ready. That is, our soft dough is completely ready. It will take almost 6 to 7 minutes, as I said first. Now what we are going to make small balls of Rasagulla by this dough. Now make a small balls by just rounding it with your hands, 2 hands, and you can see there is no cracks in the balls. So like this I am making all the balls. Now all the balls are ready. After making this, what we are going to do is, we are going to make the sugar syrup. So for that I am taking 1 liter of water, and in that I am going to add 500 grams of sugar. Now we are going to melt the sugar completely with the water by stirring it. So I am stirring it and I am melting the sugar completely with the water. After the sugar is completely melted, give a boil to the water, that is sugar syrup water. Now after it starts boiling, what we are going to do is, we are going to add the Rasagulla balls one by one, so that the water temperature doesn't get low, and also slowly add guys. Now I am adding all the Rasagulla balls, same one by one, slowly. After adding all the Rasagulla balls, close it with the lid or any plate and give some space and leave it for 5 minutes to get cooked. After 5 minutes, you can see the Rasgulla size has been double the amount size which we added first. So now the double amount size it has been. After that, what you are going to do is, we are turning it over with a little pressured hands and a simple hand. We are turning it over so that it does not get break, because it is so soft. So that we are doing it with the less pressure. After turning over all the rasagullas, again close it with the plate and again cook it for 5 minutes so that it gets cooked from the other side also. And now again I am closing it with the plate for 5 minutes and cooking it. After 5 minutes again, if you can open and see, it is the same, double the amount size. And now how to check whether the rasagullas is being perfectly cooked or not. You take a rasagulla and add it to a water, normal water. If you can see, the rasagulla is floating upon the water. And now see how much properly it is cooked, because once it gets cooked, then only the sugar syrup gets into the rasgulla. So now our soft, spongy, sweety, tasty rasgulla is ready. So hope you all guys liked the video. And also guys, one more thing I would like to say, if you feel that the sugar syrup is less amount, you can add the sugar syrup, but hot water, that is hot the water and then add slowly. Don't let the water temperature to get low. So now our softy spongy rasgulla is ready. Hope you all guys liked my video. If you have liked my video, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel guys. So bye bye, see you in the next video.